Hey, good afternoon. It is right around 3 o'clock on Monday, May 11th, and I thought that I would jump on today. I haven't been on for a little while. I apologize for that. It's I've just been trying to juggle it all, I guess. But I love my oils, and I love Young Living. And I love the fact, hi Carol. Carol, I plan on joining you tonight. In fact, I have my book out right now. You know what I love about this business, first of all, is that I think most all of you know now, with these huge changes that have happened since March, my life has changed a lot in the last several weeks. And I haven't been able to do Young Living like I would like to do. But the business keeps going. I had one of my best months ever last month. And so I just want to make a plug for the business again. It's not hard to do. You just start sharing with your friends, and then as that begins to take off, you begin to work at it a little bit. But in the moment that you can't work at it, the people around you are still working it. And so you still benefit from that. Carol, you're a prime example of that, Carol is under me. She's got a pretty big team. I haven't been able to pour all of my energies into Young Living over the last 8 weeks, but it's still going. And I love that. And so, we help each other out. So anyway, it is just a great... it's a great way to earn extra money. And we meet so many cool people along the way. I value so many friendships. And I just love it. So I got home early today from work. My husband has been laid off for the last 5 weeks. So even when I come home from work, he's usually here. We're going to do something or whatever, But today he went back to work, and he went back to work on afternoons. So my life changes again, because now I'm home alone from 2 to 10:30 at night. So while I'm a little sad about that, because I'm used to having him home, and I don't know that I really want to be home in the evenings by myself all the time, I am now thinking, lots of Young Living opportunities. I can be online more. I can just fill my time this way. So, God always has a plan, doesn't he? He always has a plan. So we have these changes. We can look at it in a negative way, or we can look at it in a positive way. I choose to look at it in a positive way with all of this stuff. So who knows? But I have some extra time on my hands, so I'm jumping in. All right, let me talk to you about Cistus. I've been coming across Cistus for about, in my readings and different things that I've been doing. In this book, it talks about Cistus. And so I had extra reward points. I had my reward points, and I thought to myself, I'm going to treat myself. I want some new oils. I want to try Cistus. And so it just came. It came a couple of days ago. I got it with my rewards points. Again, Essential Rewards is the best way to go. When you have those points and you get to go shopping to get some things that you just want to kind of spoil yourself. And so, I got myself some Cistus. Good to see Jonathan and Justin on. Hi, guys. Tell your mother I said hello. Anyway, so let me tell you about Cistus. First of all, Cistus is here in the healing oils of the Bible. It's interesting because it has been around for a long time. It's called the Rose of Sharon. Solomon had used it, and it does have healing capabilities, especially in the Bible times. It's got a resin, and the sheep would get caught up in the cistus plant, and this resin would get on their I wanted to say fur, but their wool. It would get on their wool, and then the shepherds would be kind of pulling that off, and they noticed that their cuts healed faster because of this resin, and it's almost compared to myrrh in a lot of ways. So I thought that was interesting. It is steam distilled from the branches, and it comes from the Greek word kistos. And so it's been around since ancient times. Can't go wrong with that. It smells, I can't describe the smell really, but I think that it smells really good. And it's very stimulating to the senses, to the touch, your feelings, sights and sound, and it affects the upper part of the brain. It's very calming. It also says here it could help with insomnia, which I did not know. So who knows? Maybe you want to give that a try. And also helps to elevate moods, especially when you're doing meditation. Now, it does have an emotional connection. So you guys know I love my Releasing Emotional Patterns book because oils do help us with our emotions. You know, we can turn to the pharmaceutical drugs to help with our emotions, or we can try oils. And I suggest you try oils first because oils are all natural and they really affect how we feel and in just smelling them. So anyways, the emotional connection here is the emotion of rescuer. And then the opposite of that, the emotion that you want to get to is regeneration. And the affirmation that you say is, I express self-reliance. So I was a little puzzled by this. I actually had to look up the words because this doesn't really, at first I didn't really understand it. So I looked up rescuer. So rescuer, you know, talks about trying to be free from confinement. And if you look at this on an emotional level, maybe, and especially right now, we're feeling very confined and maybe wanting to be rescued out of this confinement. That makes sense to me. So again, feeling very confined. The opposite of that, regeneration, is a renewal or a spiritual renewal. And so in thinking about that, being very confined, whether it's really what's happening out there, or you know, we can say what's going on out there is keeping us confined, or really there's a lot in our life that we just feel confined to. Maybe you feel confined to your job, or just you feel confined for whatever reason. So, you know, thinking about how can I get regeneration, which really means renewal. So in moving towards renewal, it's a spiritual kind of renewal, and you have to do that yourself. And so that's where that actually, I express self-reliance. If you want to get out of that feeling of confinement and you're wanting to be rescued, you've got to do that. And see, I didn't get this all at first. So I always love the aha moment, you guys. I've had an aha moment. As I was looking up the terms, and I thought, oh my gosh, there's so many times where I felt confined. I felt like I can't move past whatever it is. And I want to be rescued out of this situation. But really, the only person that can do that is my thinking. I need to express self-reliance. I need to look at this problem in a different way, a renewal, and see what I have control over, and then move forward. So when you do that, you can picture yourself as what that would look like being rescued. So if I think about I'm confined to my job that I don't like. And here clearly, I like my job. I love being the assistant principal at Minerva Elementary. But let's just say there was a job I just didn't like, and I want to get out of that job. I want to move on, because there's many people out there that feel very confined and stuck in their job. And so if you think about that, when you apply the oil and you want to regenerate, have that renewal, you need to think of yourself in the job that you want. Think of that job that you want, and then rub that oil, and actually you rub it below your belly button on either side, okay, is where the alarm point is, and you would say, I express self-reliance. And then you would begin thinking about, how can I express self-reliance? How can I change what it is I want to change? So I just think, wow, that is pretty cool, because when I first read this in this book, it didn't make any sense to me. And then as I was smelling my oil and I had to look up the terms, it kind of all just came to me. And so we do at times feel confined. Maybe sometimes we feel confined to a relationship that we want out of. We feel confined to a job we don't like. We feel confined in our houses right now. I don't know. But then thinking about that renewal, and how, what does it look like? What does it look like? And that you are the one, self-reliance, you are the one to bring yourself over to the other side. All right, it was good talking to you today. I plan on being on more because you know what? I have my evenings now. Whew, how fun will that be? All right, have a good afternoon. Carol, I'll see you later this evening. Paul and Ape, it's good to see you. Jonathan, congratulations. I am very excited for you. And I'll talk to everybody soon.